Yeah, and they don't really need them.
No, we take it.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, let's wait. Great. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now we have something different. Okay. Well, supposing this is working and knowing the situation, I know everybody is very tired. Don't try to deny that. You want to yawn together? Do this. Have you been sitting for hours? Just stand up for a second. Just do something like, ho, 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 ho. Do so, ho. Do it. Ho, ho. Can you do ho, ho? Like monkeys or something. Ho, ho, ho. Now come sit in the middle. We're going to have a conversation. We don't want to have audience. We want to have you as participants. So come to the middle. Would you mind? I mean, if you want to live in the middle, I mean, in the middle of the talk, you can do it even from here. Yeah? Okay? That'll be so nice if you do what I ask you to. Okay, now we have no idea how the acoustics in this room with all the noise around will work, but we do know that we have a fabulous string quartet here. And just, yeah, thank you. And I'll introduce them by name, but first we start with some music, or actually with what you have to do before you play, which is to, you know. Just make everybody quiet. You need everybody to shut up. Just go and tell them to shut up. Everybody. Okay. Uh, can you be a little more loud? A little louder. So, do you know what they're doing? What are they doing? Tuning. Now, I have a question for you. Why don't they tune at home? Why do we have to suffer through this tuning process all the time? Oh, yeah, okay. Like a Pavlov, yeah. No, well, what? Oh, oh, to compare, well, global warming, yes, this is all true. But the, the absolute reason is, of course, that we have four people who are trying to play together. And that's why the tuning has to be done with one another. So it won't give us anything if they tune it at home. They have to tune here. So, okay, ready? Yeah. What? Yeah, well, you have to tune the four strings, but that you can do outside. But now you have 16 strings, and each of them has only four. So, okay, let's hear some music. I hope we can hear the, yeah, and then we speak. Okay. It's like, yeah, beautiful. It's a little bit like playing in a hurricane storm or something like that. Everything is so noisy, but you make beautiful music. So just the context of our talk is the way those people self-organize to play together. Now, if you have a conductor, that's quite simple, right? We want to do it with me? Beginning, okay? Look at me. Huh? 3. And if I wanted another tempo, I could do 3. And then give them the look because it didn't work so well. Okay, yeah. But now they're doing it without a conductor. And the question is, of course, how? Can you start again? Just start. So, oh, the one in the left, I should have presented them. This is Nina. Everybody, Nina, hi. Nina is playing first violin, and this is Daniela. Daniela, hi. Daniela is playing in the position of the second violin, and Jenny is playing viola. Viola is just a violin with hormones or something. It's a bit bigger, yeah? And Johannes plays the cello. So, Johannes? Okay. Sorry, that was my mistake. So you said it was all about Nina. Nina, can you do nothing at all? So, what was missing? Some sort of a preparation, yeah? But is it just to start together, or is there more information in it? Yeah, can you start the ensemble? Let's see if it's something first violin is born with, or a cello can also do. Yeah, what I like about Johannes is the way he breathes. Did you hear that? He has a sort of an asthmatic way of breathing, which is very noisy. And that's why, even if they close their eyes, they could start with him. Can you do that? Just close your eyes. Yeah. Did you see that? Wow, that's a nose technique that I should learn because it's very practical. But each one of you probably can do it. I mean, so why first violin? You know what? Not only that each one of you can start the ensemble, but each one of you obviously has another idea about the way the music should sound. We have 4 musicians, 4 different thinkers about music, so let's hear 4 different interpretations. Now, while you play, try to persuade the others to play with you. Just don't poke others with the bows, because, okay? Everything else is legitimate. Okay. Okay, so that you like it, huh? I mean, you can do a career with, playing this. I don't think there's a CD with Mozart played this way. Does that mean that the first violin is thinking for everybody, or how do you get to the decision? Let's say what tempo to play.
We just decide in rehearsals what we think is a good tempo for the theme. And
no, we can't hear you. Can we? Yeah.
We rehearse, and then in rehearsal we try the tempo, and it depends on the theme. And sometimes someone says, "Oh no, I think it's really too low," and then you come to the middle.
Okay, when somebody is aggressive, you tend to agree with him. Yeah.
Sometimes
I mean, after all,
happens,
this is
yeah.
yeah. So it's all about being assertive, or not. Are you speaking about musicology? I mean, reasons why you had to do this and that, or just play it and see what works best?
I think it's both. I think normally you start rehearsal, or when you first play together in a quartet, you just play, and then it's very quickly that you get an idea about what ideas the others have.
Okay, I see. So, yeah, okay. Fine. So, does it also have to do with the fact that the first violin? Let me hold this for you. The first violin also have the theme most of the time. Can you play what you're playing from bar number 5? Listen to that. So everybody knows that. That's the melody, right? That's what you have on your cell phone. That's the ringtone, all right? Okay, yeah. Now, listen to the others. For example, the same place, exactly the same spot. Johannes is doing something. Just do it. Okay. Well, how many years of music did you do together? I mean, it's not his fault. It's Mozart. Yeah. And now you got bold enough to try to do something that Mozart doesn't write. If you just play Mozart the way it's written, you would play equal. Just play it the way Mozart wrote it. Yeah, that's more like it. So you see, now the viola has a slightly better. So that's a beat, yeah. Still, you wouldn't want to have it on your cell phone, right? Okay, now second violin does this. Thank you, very musical, beautiful, really. Okay, now the thing is, when you have all three of them doing what they do together, can you do it? This is the rhythm section of this string quartet, yeah? So like they have in the jazz group, they have a rhythm section here. And now, the minute they do it together, they become aware of the fact that it's not just pa 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 pa, but it's a process, yeah? Could you hear the process? Do it again. Now that there is a process, it makes it possible for the soloist to be a real soloist. Now, because if you're a soloist and you're not limited by anything, that also then could be Hilary in her own mind, her own limitations or restrictions she put on her interpretation. Now, if you're completely free, then it's meaningless. She needs to have the structure in order to do what we call in music rubato. You know what rubato means in Italian? It means to steal. And that means that every performance of classical music is or should be as free as a jazz performance. Only the parameters are different. She's supposed to take some time and then give it back. And that's what makes it possible for her to be free and sound like she's, free within the restrictions of the structure. Yeah? Could you just do that number? Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful, but I'm afraid, well, you all got the idea that your part is very important, and it is, but it's not as important as not to listen to not to be able to hear the soloist. So we have a little balance problem. Do you want to show them what a balance problem is? Just play pianissimo. Can you play fortissimo? Fortissimo. So, yeah, well, that doesn't really work. So you need to hear the first violin. Okay, so have we done enough harm to Mozart? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, leave the poor guy? Do something else? Yeah. Now, since first violin got all the goodies here, the question is what happens when not only the first violins play solo, but all of them? So let's hear this beautiful Haydn. And if there's enough quiet, you'll be able to hear how the variations go from the first violin to the second violin plus viola, and then, of course, the star cellist. So let's hear this, and then we can speak about solo and ensemble work. Okay, right. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that was very beautiful. Could you hear yourself playing?
We heard the noise, but
Yeah, okay, so what do you do when you can't hear the other people? Do you watch them more? Were you using your eyes more? Yeah? So you're looking for what? Movements of what? The bow? Okay. Aha. So that's a technical thing. Now, are you more cautious when you play in, this bad acoustics? Yeah? So you take less risks?
I think you take,
So what?
I think you take more risks because you know that you have the full attention of everyone.
That's interesting. Okay, that's nice. So if it was a regular acoustics, then yeah. But now everybody's looking at you because they're so afraid to miss that you can take more risk. You're a risky girl. Good. That's good. Now, tell me. I want to know. First violin had a solo, and then second violin. What do you do when you have a solo? Suddenly.
Yeah, I play like the first violin. I'm the first violin now.
You're the first violin.
Now,
What about body language? Can you give us a body language of first violin? Is there something like that? Yeah, play your solo. Yeah, is that difficult to get from the second violin position to suddenly be the soloist to shine? Do you prefer sometimes? Do you prefer the position of second violin to first violin?
no, but it's nice to change. To play the first and the second, it's very interesting to change. To have the melody and also to play.
What's interesting about playing second violin?
Oh, because you have some very nice harmonies between, also with the viola. And then it's the first violin, it's playing over us, and we give a very good basement also with the cello.
So you like
and this is very.
So actually you're like a focaccia, and you're the, let's say, the ham in between the up, yeah. Okay, so it's so the taste of it. By the way, this did have a wonderful dialogue between you two. Can you just play this dialogue between, the inner voices? You usually hear this voice and you hear the cello, but yeah, let's hear this little. Look at this dialogue here. Okay, what does it mean? I mean, tatarim, patiram, titiram, pampiram. You're trying to no, what are you trying to do? What?
It's just a dialogue, or you can.
Dialogue, but it's not like, what have you done this morning? Well, I had breakfast, and it's tatiram, titiram, tata. Put words into it, yeah? That's a good practice. What words would you give? Tatiram, titiram. What? Like what? I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, something like that. Try to seduce each other. Oh, I love you. I love you. Can you stand up and do it like in a way that, yeah. And don't let her down. She really loves you. That was the maximum schmaltz you could get out of it. Yeah? No, do it like Fiddler on the Roof, really. I mean, really tasteless. Yeah? Can you exaggerate? I mean, that's a good technique. If you want to, try something, you do it 500 percent, and then you take off. So do it, exaggerate. Yeah? And I think it's also a matter of, as you see, that's the conductor speaking. Do you ever get into discussions like this? Or is it too personal or what? No, just do it. Do it once. You're wonderful. You do what you yeah. But I was not convinced. Okay, so you could have a conductor that would now, work with the orchestra and try to make the orchestra. Would you like a conductor? A string quartet. Would you need a conductor? Why not? I'm free. I'm very cheap. Huh? No? You don't want? Why not? Really? Johannes?
Yeah, I think the more people are playing together, the more opinions there are, and so you need someone who gives the direction.
A leader.
A leader, yeah. But we are only 4 people, and I think it's possible to discuss and to.
Yeah, it is possible, but you are very polite. 4 polite people, yeah. What? Or are you not polite when it comes to discussions about the music?
I think it's not the same if you just stay polite, but you really have to be very honest to each other and tell someone if something is not working or if you've got a different opinion, and it doesn't help if you just say, oh, really, you're doing great. It doesn't help at all. You have to challenge yourself and within the group all the time.
Uh-huh. Okay. And how do you support somebody which has a solo? I mean, Johannes has a wonderful solo. What do you do if you don't support him? Let's see your solo without support, and then with support. Let's see how it works. Okay, now is this just body language or is it a different sort of play? I mean, you go to an orchestra rehearsal and many times you feel like the players are just serving time, just what's going on, this is not, yeah, and in a quartet you cannot do that. But what do you do to make him shine? How can you help? Yeah, I don't know, tell me, or show, yeah. Yeah, and they were all waiting for you to do whatever you wanted to do. So you're actually leading them. So you see, yeah, we have 4 leaders here, 4 potential leaders. Now, it's not only about having the solo. You can lead from a different position. You know what? Let's move to less classical music. Maybe that would change your attitude towards, politeness, etc. La Paloma, Spanish traditional? Good, goes well with paella. La Paloma. Yeah. Beautiful. Can you make her change her playing if you change the accompaniment? If you play, let's say, secco. No? Try. This is completely crazy, but try. Con legno. Okay. Does that change something for you? Yes. You like it? Because, because that was a surprise. Do you like surprises? You do? Well, okay, not all kinds. When is a bad surprise? What is a bad surprise when you play with? Yeah? Yeah, let's have a demonstration, okay? Can you do it very slow? Very slow. Very slow. So, you know, you can do all the dancing in the world, but if this guy wants a different tempo, you'll have to play his tempo. So the fact that you're playing the tune, yeah, doesn't make any difference. It's him in the back seat of the car actually driving, like my wife, let's say, you know. So it doesn't matter that she holds the wheel, but, you know, okay. So what happens in concert when somebody does that? What do you do? And after the concert, you just... Well, you know, there are string quartets. Some of the best string quartets in the world have members who don't speak to each other. They take different airplanes, different flights to go to the next gig because they can't stand the company of each other. But then they're very good together. So it's not really about the personal relations, but about some sort of working relations, which will enable everybody to express himself or herself. By the way, do you know, when somebody did a research trying to define what makes a quartet last for many years, because many quartets are being formed while people are still students or young people in orchestras, but then some of them just collapse and some go to be world famous. So, do you know what was the most important question? I mean, the one with the most success in predicting the success of such an ensemble? The question was, what do you think about your second violin? If people say, well, it doesn't matter, we have a fantastic first violin, then... But the second violin somehow... I'm sorry for the viola. I mean, they didn't mention the viola. Is the viola like a second violin? A second violin?
No, I don't think so. It's a viola. It's something. It's more deeper and more harmonies, and with the cello, the bass.
Did you choose to play the viola? Yeah. You know, the only instrument. I think there are many conductor jokes about conductors and many viola jokes, right? Well, I promise not to tell any. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're really embarrassing. Nah, come on. Well, I'm tempted, but. I'll tell you one which combines a conductor joke and a viola joke, okay? So this orchestra who's about to go on a tour, and suddenly the conductor is ill and they don't have anybody to replace him. So one of the viola players says, I can do it. So they go on the tour and it's 3 weeks and they have fantastic success. And the viola player is conducting all the concerts and they're back in their hometown. And then, okay, another concert, another conductor, and the viola goes back to sit next to his colleague. So the colleague looks at him and says, where have you been for the last 3 weeks? Well, you didn't get it, did you? Oh, you did, okay. So I don't know, it's more a conductor joke, I guess, than a viola joke, but okay. But are you sitting here waiting for your big solo, or do you find interest in supporting other people?
It's both, I think. In the viola, you have a big solo too, and if it's a really big solo, so you're waiting for the solo, and if not, it's both, I think.
Okay. So, speaking about freedom to express oneself, do you ever do improvisation? Is that something that can contribute to the forming of a good ensemble? Yes. Yeah?
I know some ensembles who start every rehearsal with a short improvisation just to check how the day is going to be.
So can you do it for us? Can you improvise? No notes, no pre-plan something? Just... Okay, that was... Well, was that a coincidence that the viola, who never got a solo so far, became so prominent? Finally. Yeah, but Daniela, you didn't want to play a solo? Why?
Oh, it was not my time today.
You didn't feel like... do you expect somebody to sort of, contribute? Or is it okay that... You're too polite, I'm telling you.
No, I think you really have to respect the others' personalities, and I think it's fun.
Well, I have to agree. Well, that's fantastic. Okay, look, we are sort of nearing the end of this little discussion about creative collaboration. Can you play something that I know? Okay, I know the first one. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody knows that. Whatever. Okay, that's very nice. Yeah, but you do have strong competition. This is, the three tenors. You have to. This is a marketing thing. You play beautifully, but you have to sell it to the audience. Can you sell it to the audience? Oh. Okay. No. That's really beautiful. Yeah. Okay, please. Anybody want to ask something? Those, yeah, well, they have, yeah, done. But we can't hear you. Come closer.
So I have two questions. Come. So I have two questions. There's a lot of noise in this place, and does it bother you? I mean, can you tune it out and focus, or is the noise from the audience or the ambient noise of the plate that went ahead kind of put you off balance? That's the first question. The second question is whether after an exercise like this you feel even less like you need a conductor.
Well, I'll talk to you later about this one. But, okay, so the question was, yeah, do you mind the noise?
I think it's a difference. If you tell us before there's a very important concert where we play a late Beethoven quartet, and the audience will be very musicology people. So
how do you know they're not professors from musicology?
Yeah.
In the Hochschule for whatever.
Yeah, but then and then if there's some noise, you are very disturbed. So but when we know it's a discussion and it's an open place like this, I think we can agree with that. So we can cope with it.
Okay.
I want to say something. I think as a musician, you don't go to work at 9 o'clock and finish at 4. You have to be very disciplined for yourself to practice. And so you do it at home very often, and there is the dish waiting to be washed, and you have to clean the kitchen and everything, and you really have to learn that for about 10 years, that you have to focus wherever you are, when, anytime, any place. If you've got the violin, then you play and you concentrate, and
Good for you. I know Dan complained about the noise. He was lecturing here yesterday, and he couldn't stand it. I can't stand it too.
I mean,
but
it's of course it's more difficult if there is noise, but it works sometimes if you don't have to do it all the time.
You're just a saint. That's what you are. Yeah. Not only polite. Yeah, please.
Did you rehearse that with him before, or were you taken by surprise by his questions?
Both. We know each other, so we knew what ideas we have about how to present to you how the quartet works, but we were open to everything. Yes. And you know what ideas you have, but what's coming up you don't know.
And do you play the violin or the cello? Do you know? Have you ever played a string quartet?
Don't tell them, no. No, you see, it is, of course, the classic management problem. If I had to conduct a string orchestra now, which I do a lot, each one of them knows so much better than me. And, you know, it's the case with every conductor. Even if you have a Perlman conducting an orchestra, then he can't play the oboe and he can't play the, you know, the drums or whatever. So you have to actually manage people through the music and not through... but of course you have to know what's possible and what's not possible. Otherwise you'll just make fun of yourself. Let me ask you, I mean, I feel as a conductor that it needs to be asked. A good conductor, a real good conductor, can make a difference even in a string quartet? Do we have a volunteer? Do we have a volunteer to conduct? We need a volunteer to conduct the quartet. Yeah, Yossi, you want to try? Yeah, yum pum pa yum oh pum 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 pim pum. No? Come on. Okay. I assure you, this is not pre-planned. This is Yossi. Welcome. You know what I would like to ask? Can you please stand?
No, first of all, I have to bow like Zubin Mehta.
But then you may not be able to...
No, Zubin Mehta bows like this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good. So you're going to stand there. Can you move your chairs a little bit so you'll see him? I want the audience to see your face. So can you stand there, the other side, facing the audience?
What is the name of this Japanese...
Come.
Japanese conductor who is jumping all the time?
Murakami, I think. Come here. Okay. We don't have a baton with us, but you'll manage without a baton, won't you? Yeah? You'll manage. So what we're going to do is pum, 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 pum. You do what you want. The good and bad news is that they'll go with you. It's both good and bad.
I can tell you the good news.
Yeah.
The good news that you want me to be the conductor, not the violinist. By the way, I have to ask you a musical question, you know, which was asked in the, oh, thank you very much. I feel much better.
This is a bit, yeah.
You know the question in the acceptance to the fire brigade orchestra. No. What is the difference between piano and violin? Please. A piano burns longer, yeah. Okay. So this reflects my musical...
Okay, very good. So just go with him. Well, maybe there are no batteries, you know? Check. I'll tell you. You want to learn? No, he doesn't want to learn.
No, since I heard your... speeches, I will use the von Karajan way to start the...
Style. Let's see. Eyes closed. So how did it work finally? I'm sorry. He wants forte. You have to play forte. Wonderful. That was very good. Now, now well, oh yeah, just really good. But no, I just want to tell you something about his way of conducting. First of all, von Karajan, as you've seen, he just lets them suffer without knowing what's going on until they have to take the decisions, which is a good idea for a manager. And second of all, Yossi has this very wonderful learning curve because he started like a control freak. You had to conduct every small note, but then you let them play, which was so much better, believe me. Yeah, it was just so much better. Okay, anybody wants to compete against this wonderful? Yeah, I'm telling you, this is an experience you won't forget. I still get threatening letters from. You want to do it? Yeah. Okay. Brad, you want to do it too? No, you don't? Okay. I know. Christian, please.
Well, with the notes are an auditory thing. And when you're learning it, do you also feel that in your vision or in your body? Like a C is you feel a tickle on your nose or the color blue, or do you experience it in other ways? That's the question.
Yeah. Can you see colors when you play music? Synesthesia. Can you smell? No? 10% of the population in general is synesthetic. So you don't feel bad about it. You're the 90%. What's your name?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, hi. Do you want to conduct? Or was this Yeah?
All right, I'll try.
You don't have to. Okay. Same piece?
Otherwise I'm going to get scared. I don't see anybody.
Oh, yeah. Even wonderful. Very good. Incredible. Okay, so one thing a conductor can add to your life is the element of fun. It's just laughing all the time while you're playing. That's really nice. Okay, so just play something to finish up with. Huh? Do you want to? No, nothing? Oh yeah, why not? So you want to finally finish the Mozart. Okay, that'll be nice. We heard just the first part. We've lost the music. Okay. Amazing. Wonderful. Please. Please. Wonderful. Really. Beautiful. Thank you. So the most amazing 4 young, talented people becoming by themselves self-organization into one unit that plays music that sounds like it was written, and it was not. It was improvised here on the spot. You're wonderful. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, all of you. I hope you enjoyed staying this last hour. The party starts at 9 at the Haus der Kunst. It's not the same location like last year. So Haus der Kunst, it's Prinzregentenstraße 1. It's marked on... You can come at 10 too, so we're going to be there as soon as you don't leave before 4, then it's fine. Okay, so see you later. Bye. And tomorrow morning at 9 sharp, we start again.